Welcome back to From the Pages of Wrestle America, the winter 1996 issue. We are deep in the heart of the Monday Night War now. This is not the beginning of the conflict. This is the stretch where alliances have hardened, egos have flared, and every television appearance feels strategic. You can sense it immediately in the tone of this issue. The writing is sharper, the debates are louder, the rankings feel more urgent. Wrestling is no longer simply about wins and losses, it is about power, loyalty, image, and survival. The mailbag opens with readers who are not interested in being polite. They are engaged, they are frustrated, they are invested. One reader calls for a reunion of the Hollywood Blondes, arguing that Steve Austin and Brian Pillman once electrified WCW and could inject that same intensity into the WWF tag ranks. The letter points out how both men have evolved, how their personalities have sharpened, and how together they could dominate a division that feels unstable. It is not nostalgia, it is strategy. Another letter focuses on WCW's failure to unite against the New World Order. The frustration is clear. The question echoes, where is the locker room when the NWO strikes? Why are established names not storming the ring when chaos erupts? That letter carries the tone of a fan who feels personally betrayed by inaction. Harlem Heat, Eddie Guerrero, Diamond Dallas Page. The names are invoked with expectation. Wrestling in 1996 is tribal. Fans expect offensive territory. There is praise for the Gangstas and their willingness to fight more than one team in a single night. There is excitement over the return of Sid Vicious, with hope that he can capture championship gold without reverting to destructive tendencies. There is admiration for the Wrestling Championship Trivia Challenge, which had readers digging through stacks of back issues for answers. And there is pointed criticism aimed at Bret Hart for publicly questioning Shawn Michaels after being pinned clean at WrestleMania. The mailbag reads like a cross-section of Wrestling America, regional, passionate, direct. The advertisements woven into these pages deserve attention because they ground the era. A monster truck and mud racing video promises destruction for $10.95, plus shipping and handling, complete with a toll-free ordering number. Diamond Incorporated promotes wrestling merchandise from Florida. A subscription change form reminds readers to allow 8 weeks advance notice when moving. And then comes the back issue promotion, listing Wrestle America editions from August 1992 through December 1993, each available for $3, with check boxes beside every month and a mailing address printed clearly. This was a mail order culture. If you wanted history, you mailed for it. Locker Room Report with Bill Apter slows the pace and digs deeper. The theme is retirement, or more accurately, the impossibility of retirement. Curt Hennig is back in the ring, drawn into conflict by Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Apter reflects on how wrestling rarely releases its grip. Ric Flair stepped away, only to return. Dusty Rhodes resists but never fully disconnects. Hulk Hogan drifts into semi-retirement, then reemerges. Randy Savage follows a similar path. A wrestling psychologist offers an explanation, suggesting that these men cannot ignore confrontation. They are wired to respond. Apter does not dismiss that theory. He admits that after decades in the business, the sound of the crowd and the sight of the ring still stir something inside him. The column reads less like gossip and more like meditation. Wrestling is not simply performance, it is identity. Straight Talk with Eddie Elner brings the temperature back up. The New World Order continues to expand, but Elner questions whether expansion equals strength. He critiques the addition of new members and raises concerns about internal dynamics. He turns his attention to the American Wrestling Federation and its use of a boxing-style round system, arguing that structure alone cannot manufacture excitement. Fans want compelling characters and meaningful stakes. He does not stop there. Jim Ross receives criticism for introducing imitation versions of Razor Ramon and Diesel. ECW's impact is questioned in terms of mainstream reach. Even Hulk Hogan's theatrics receive scrutiny. The column moves quickly, swinging between promotions and personalities, capturing the competitive paranoia of the era. The head-to-head feature centers on Shawn Michaels and Rey Mysterio Jr. It frames them as trailblazers who challenged assumptions about size. Michaels, once known primarily for tag team excellence, evolved into a singles champion. Mysterio emerged from Mexico, dazzled in ECW, and found a home in WCW's cruiserweight division. 4 wrestlers analyze the hypothetical matchup. Too Cold Scorpio respects both, but leans toward Michaels, citing ring experience and adaptability. The Great Muta acknowledges Michaels' power, but believes Mysterio's speed and creativity could overwhelm him. Mil Mascaras praises Mysterio's focus and heritage, predicting a technical battle that could extend beyond 30 minutes. Jim Del Rey imagines Michaels slowing the pace and capitalizing on impatience to deliver the super kick. The analysis feels grounded in psychology rather than fantasy. It captures a stylistic shift happening in real time. Point Counterpoint tackles Sting's declaration of free agency. One side argues that Sting was justified after mistrust poisoned the locker room. The other insists that unity matters more than pride during wartime. It is a debate about loyalty and perception. Sting, once the unquestioned standard-bearer, now stands apart. The argument reflects WCW's instability. The WCW ratings section freezes the hierarchy for the period ending October 10, 1996. Hulk Hogan occupies the top position in the world title rankings. Randy Savage remains a looming challenger. The Giant is positioned near the summit. Rey Mysterio Jr. appears among the elite, signaling the elevation of the cruiserweight class. Arn Anderson, Dallas Page, Chris Benoit, and Dean Malenko fill out the upper tier. Harlem Heat lead the tag team division and are named Wrestler of the Month. Their sixth title reign detailed with acknowledgement of managerial interference. Ric Flair tops the United States rankings. The power structure is documented carefully. Newsline expands the narrative further. The New World Order debates internal roles. Sting's free agency creates tension. Elizabeth's shifting loyalties complicate Ric Flair, and Randy Savage Flair faces potential shoulder surgery. Bobby Eaton separates from the Blue Bloods. Harlem Heat experience managerial friction. Rick Steiner gains singles momentum. Referee Nick Patrick draws controversy. Super Callow and Juventud Guerrera debut. Conan's alliances create friction among peers. Ice Train and Scott Norton fracture as partners. The roster feels volatile. The feature on Jimmy Hart closes the issue with reflection instead of spectacle. Hart revisits his betrayal of Hulk Hogan at Halloween Havoc and wonders if that moment triggered a chain reaction. He does not shout through a megaphone. He speaks thoughtfully. He questions what WCW has become and where it is headed. It is a rare, subdued portrait of a man usually defined by volume. This winter 1996 issue of Wrestle America captures wrestling in transition. Factions redefining authority. Smaller athletes redefining possibility. Veterans grappling with legacy. Fans demanding accountability. Advertisements reminding us of a slower era of mail-order fandom. The war is not just on television. It is printed, debated, and preserved here. See you next time. Farewell from the Empire State.